Hello friends, this video on Ray Optics Part 24 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till Part 23 before going ahead with Part 24. Now let us solve a few problems based on total internal reflection. See, this refraction of light, total internal reflection, they are all conceptual topics where you should be able to understand the concepts. Once the concept is clear, it is not a very lengthy topic, or it is not something which you will have to mug up, or for which you will have to derive things. It is just that a couple of things which you have to remember, that what are the conditions when total internal reflection happens, how total internal reflection happens, what is refraction, and what determines how much refraction will take place, what is refractive index, what is a rarer medium, what is a denser medium. So these are the small things which together will help you to understand the phenomenon of refraction and total internal reflection. So let us now look at a few problems before we go ahead and study in more details about refraction. So the problem says that the critical angle for water is 48.2 degrees. Find its refractive index. Okay, so when I talk about critical angle, I am talking something related to total internal reflection. So for total internal reflection, the angle of refraction should be equal to 90 degree, right? So when the angle of refraction is 90 degree, the corresponding angle of incidence is nothing but the critical angle, right? So we can say that sine IC by sine R is equal to n21. This is what we know from Snell's law, right? But this R is nothing but 90 degree. When this I is IC, this R is 90 degree. So we can say sine IC divided by sine 90 is equal to 1. This is equal to n21, that is refractive index of medium 2 with respect to refractive index of medium 1. Now what is medium 2 and what is medium 1? Medium 1 and medium 2. Light travels from medium 1 to medium 2. So in this case, water is the medium 1 is the denser medium and this is the rarer medium. So this medium is water and this medium is air. So this would be sine IC is equal to n2, that is refractive index of air divided by refractive index of water. Therefore, refractive index of water is equal to refractive index of air divided by sine IC. Refractive index of air is 1 and IC is given as 48.2 degrees. So this comes out to be 1.34. So this is the refractive index of water. Clear? Okay. Let us look at the next problem. It says that in this problem, determine the maximum angle theta for which the light suffers total internal reflection at the vertical surface. Which angle is theta? This angle is theta. So we have to determine the maximum value of theta for which the light suffers total internal reflection at this surface. So it is talking about this vertical surface. So here total internal reflection should take place. Now in this case, what is happening? Let us suppose the normal to this surface is this. So this is the incident ray which falls on this surface. So the angle of incidence would be this one. So let us call this angle as theta c, because this angle should be greater than the critical angle. Only then total internal reflection can take place. This is a denser medium and this is a rarer medium. So from denser medium to rarer medium, total internal reflection can only take place only if this angle theta c is greater than the critical angle. So for total internal reflection at the vertical surface, sine of angle of incidence, that is sine theta c, divided by sine of angle of refraction should be equal to n21. This angle of refraction should be 90 degree. So this will be sine theta c is equal to n2 by n1. So this is medium 1, this is medium 2, because we always assume that light is traveling from medium 1 to medium 2. So what is n2? n2 is the rarer medium, that is the refractive index of air, right? So we say that this is equal to refractive index of air divided by refractive index of this particular medium. So this will be 1 divided by 1.25. So from this we can say that sine theta c is equal to 4 by 5. Right? Now let us look at the triangle, this triangle. Let us call this triangle as ABC. So if we look at this triangle, let us call this angle as theta r, because this is the ray of light which is incident. When it reaches here, it is moving from a rarer medium to denser medium. So it comes towards the normal. So this is the angle of refraction. Now let us focus on triangle ABC. So what's happening in triangle ABC? In triangle ABC, we can say that theta c plus theta r plus 90 degree is equal to 180 degrees, or we can say that theta c is equal to 90 degree minus theta r. Or if we take sine on both sides, we can say sine theta c is equal to sine 90 degrees minus theta r. So sine 90 minus theta is cos theta. So we can say this is cos theta r. So we can say sine theta c is equal to cos theta r. Now putting this value in equation 1. So equation 1 becomes cos theta r is equal to 4 by 5. So we get this. Now let us observe the refraction which take place here. So till now we were concentrating on the total internal reflection which is taking place here. Now we will concentrate on the refraction which is taking place here. So here refraction takes place. And here total internal reflection takes place, right? So now let us concentrate on the refraction. So now let us observe the refraction region. So in this refraction region, from Snell's law, we can say that sine of angle of incidence, that is theta, divided by sine of angle of refraction, that is theta r, is equal to n21, where n21 is n2 by n1. In this case, n2 is nothing but this mu, because it is coming from medium 1 to medium 2. So this n2 would be 1.25 and n1 would be air, that is 1. Right? So from this we can say that sine theta is equal to 1.25 into sine theta r. Right? So what is sine theta r? We know cos theta r is equal to 4 by 5. So we can calculate sine theta r. Sine theta r would be equal to root over 1 minus cos square theta r. Why so? Because sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So therefore sine theta r would be equal to 1 minus 4 by 5 whole square. So sine theta r comes out to be 3 by 5. So using this value we can say that sine theta is equal to 1.25 into sine theta r. So we'll put sine theta r as 3 by 5. Therefore sine theta will come out to be 3 by 4. So theta will be equal to sine inverse 3 by 4. So this would be the value of theta for which total internal reflection will take place at the vertical surface. So first we concentrate on the total internal reflection at the vertical surface, then we concentrate on the refraction which will take place at this horizontal surface, right? Okay. So now that we have, thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.